Hey guys, what's up? Cable here, bringing you a Triple B showcase, the first of many for the new year. Represent Triple B experience like always, you know that. And today, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing Marvel Legends Alpha Flight box set. That's awesome. This is going to be a good episode. I hope. But it's a big deal. This box set's awesome. It's the first box set I've opened up for this channel. It's a really cool box set. Long overdue, much needed, because they've released a couple members of Alpha Flight. They had Guardian and a Build-A-Figure of Sasquatch from a few years ago, and now they're rounding out the most well-known, the original, essentially basic team of Alpha Flight. So this is going to be a nice unboxing. Alpha Flight, they've been a mainstay in Marvel for 40 years now, roughly. Bubba from the channel, obviously. He's a big fan of Alpha Flight. I believe he's been trying to track down their first appearance comic forever now. So he may enjoy this video. But great box. It's got all the characters on the side, a cool portrait on the back with the whole team assembled. The front, the art's nice, and then you can open it and you actually see the figures. This is one of the few times on this show you'll see me say it almost makes me not want to take them out of the box, because I collect loose. I'd never have enough room for my collection if I kept them all in the boxes, and I like to be able to pose them every once in a while and put them on shelves together. But I really like this box. I might hold on to the box, actually. Very nice box, very nice artwork and everything. So here you go, another look. 6 figures. It's a pretty good set. It was an Amazon exclusive, and it came out roughly a year ago in the springtime, I think. Let's dig into this here. Pop them all out, and then I'll look at them one by one here. I'm sure I already can tell which one is going to be my favorite out of this set. But it's a very nice set of figures. Like I said, they're a Marvel mainstay, but they don't really have a lot of mainstream exposure yet. So I understand why it took them a while to get around to them, and why they opted to just do a box set instead of releasing them in single waves or lineups as single figures, because their demand probably isn't super great. But, if you're a hardcore Marvel fan, comic fan, then this box set is like right down your alley. All right, so first one I got here, Snowbird. Trying to straighten out this elbow without breaking it. There we go. Okay. All right, so this, they're all, right off the bat looking at them, they're all great figures. But this one has really good attention to detail here. From what I can tell, the head sculpt and the cape, that's new tooling. So that's always a big deal when you get brand new tooling for a figure, instead of, then just repainting existing tooling. So that's cool. The face, right down to her. It's not going to pick up, I don't think, but she's got black eyes with white pupils. They have the tiara headdress type thing there. Accurate costume, looks good. Good figure. Next, let's go Shaman. The head sculpt's really good. That's a good likeness. The colors are great. a little bit different from the rest of the team. The green and yellow pops. He's got his mystical medicine bag on his hip there. Yeah, all the details are right. Like I said, I really like that head sculpt. That's, that looks a lot like a native or Inuit person. They did a really good job with that face sculpt. Good figure. Got some size to it a little bit here. But yeah, so that is Shaman. Snowbird, for anybody that's not aware, Snowbird comes from a race of superhumans where she is able to take on the form of different animals, mostly just animals from the Arctic region, and whatever abilities those animals have, she can use while she's in their form. Shaman is medicine man, mystic. His powers are related to that. He has a medicine pouch like what you saw on his hip that I believe leads to another dimension. That's where he keeps all of his tools and things of that nature. Okay, so here we have North Star. Good likeness on the face. Obviously good paint job. Looks like it should. Not a whole lot to say about him. He's going to be a basic figure just by nature. And then here we have Aurora, which she is Aurora and North Star are twins, hence the similar outfits. Same deal, basic figure, as it should be. That's just how it should look. Good hair, face sculpt, and everything. There they are together, and their suits match each other. They have this star shape on their hip. They essentially have the same powers. They can fly, endurance, stamina, strength, things like that. Okay. Worth noting also that North Star was one of the first, or maybe the first openly gay comic character in Marvel Comics, dating way back. So it's nice to have that inclusion and diversity dating way back before a lot of other places were doing it. Okay, here we have Vindicator, or Vindicator 2, maybe if you want to say it that way. She is the wife to the team leader, Guardian. And Guardian used to go by the name Vindicator. And then when she took over, when he was supposedly dead, she took his mantle as Vindicator. And then he came back and went with the name Guardian. Her powers are based off of her suit. Canadian flag, stylized suit, which matches her husband's Guardian suit. And her powers are like geothermal in nature. She can control lava and ice blasts and things like that, and she can fly. She has some super strength to a degree, and she's a trained fighter. But her powers are all based from her suit, which is Guardian used to be the same way. And then his powers ended up being imbued to his body. And last but not least, certainly not least, and the standout of the box set, I love this figure. This is awesome. We have Puck. As you can tell, scaled the way he should be. Smaller stature. But the articulation is way better than we typically see on a figure this size. They did have a Puck years back in the early Hasbro Marvel Legends days, and he was, believe it or not, he was a Build-A-Figure. But he didn't have, I believe he didn't have the articulation that this one has. I mean, he can bend at the elbows, bend at the knees, ankles. That's like I said, way more articulation a figure this size usually has. Puck's a badass. He's cool. He trained fighter, and his molecules were changed at one point to have the density of like hardened rubber, so he can just bounce off of stuff, hence the name Puck. That's his fighting styles. He just kind of bashes himself into people. But that's awesome. That's really cool. I can't wait to have that on my shelf amongst all my other Marvel figures. And that's why, Hasbro is killing it with this line, and other lines like Elite, WWE Elite, have come around to scaling proportionately. That's a big thing for me, because like my Wolverines are about an inch shorter than everybody else, or most everybody else on the shelf, as it should be. And now you got this awesome guy that's going to be hanging out on the shelf. So there are the members of Alpha Flight box set. I'm going to give you a little bit of an up closer look here in a minute. And I do have the Guardian, Sasquatch, and a Wendigo figure. So I'll throw them all up there so you can see the whole team and Wendigo all together. Might as well get a shot of the whole team together. But it's a great box set. Really like it. Good idea to do the box set, like I said, because some of these figures are a little basic, which is what they should be. But good idea to do the box set. All right, guys. Well, there's the initial unboxing and looking at the figures, reviewing them to some extent. I'll give you a closer look, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on it. Okay, so here you go. A little bit of an up-close look at the members from the Alpha Flight box set. They look good together. This is the reason why I take figures out of the package. Be able to do stuff like this. As nice as that box was, it's good to get them out, do some poses, actually have them together. But everybody looks really good standing together. You got Puck in his signature cartwheel. That's awesome. I don't have a stand on him. Nothing, he's doing that all on his own. He's able to stay balanced. They gave him, an open palm on the one hand, and then the stature of the figure. You can recreate his cartwheel. Shaman doing his meditating pose. You got Vindicator to the left of him, and then Snowbird on the far left, and then Aurora and North Star to his right, and their matching outfits. But yeah, this box set's great. I'm just gonna grade it all together. I'm not gonna give them each her own specific look, because a little bit basic. Not knocking them, it's just the design. So that's what it should be. And I'd be here all night if I was gonna give a in-depth breakdown of each figure. But as you can see, they look good together. So there we have the Alpha Flight Amazon exclusive Marvel Legends box set. Out of 5, I'm going to go 4.75 out of 5. There's really not much to complain about. The only issues at all, really, and this isn't specifically for these figures, this is just in general with Marvel's female figures. The elbows are a little hard to maneuver. Snowbird's ankle joints are pretty loose straight out of the box, so she's going to have a little bit of a hard time standing up. But those are the only gripes I have with any of this set. Shaman is a awesome figure. Puck is by far my favorite out of the set. He just looks awesome. So yeah, I'll go 4.75 out of 5. And then in one moment here, might as well bring in the rest of the group and do one big shot of everybody. And there you go. There is the entire Alpha Flight team up. At least the main characters from the comics and all the Alpha Flight characters that they've made figures of. You got the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure added in and the Guardian figure. And that's quite the team up. That's an awesome look. It's great to see them all standing together. You know, they released the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure a few years ago and Guardian a year or two later. When the Sasquatch figure came out, you thought maybe it was just a one-off because they like to make their Build-A-Figures larger characters. And then they did the Guardian figure in a line that was kind of comprised of X-Factor and him. And then the Build-A-Figure for that line was Wendigo. So, you know, you're thinking, well, are they going to do the rest of Alpha Flight? Are they going to finish it? Are you going to get a few more characters? And then bam, like a year or two later, you get the whole rest of the lineup. Marvel or Hasbro with their Marvel lineup like they usually do, made good on that and came through. So really like it. Almost no issues with it. They all look great together. And there you have Marvel's Canadian version of the Avengers, Alpha Flight. Really good lineup. And then I'll just throw this guy in here also. Wendigo. Wouldn't be proper to end this video without throwing in the Wendigo Build-A-Figure. And that is a whole cast of Alpha Flight characters. So, really enjoy this box set. Really like it. Can't wait to get it on my shelf. Mix them in with all my other Marvel characters. As I've said a few times now. 4.75 out of 5. As always, way to go Hasbro. Knocked it out of the park. Happy to finally get my hands on this box set. And as always for you guys, check out our social medias. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We got our podcast, Triple B Experience Unscripted, on all major podcast avenues. Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, things like that. Give us a like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, drop some comments, let us know what you think. We'd really like your input. Whether you liked the video, didn't like the video, let us know. And until next time, later guys.